Enderlock, and we're here looking at the PBA 2265 season preview in the AL Western Division. So we have 5 teams here, per usual. The Las Vegas Mead, the San Francisco Rush, the Denver Miles, the Seattle Beans, and the Los Angeles Motions. So we are going to go ahead and just start off at the top with Las Vegas. So let's go ahead here and take a look at the Las Vegas offense. Okay. Well, here is 29, probably the best catcher we've seen so far. That's for sure. Yeah. Not really liking that inability to avoid Ks, but I mean, he's looks like he's able to play pretty consistently. I mean, he's a 60 defense at catcher, so as a first round pick, I'm not sure I like a catcher who can't not strike out, even if his power is really good. But that's why I'm really interested once we get through all these season team and conference division previews to see what it looks like in terms of the draft overall. Because 27th seems high. He's a really good player, but 27th seems high. And that's why he's not getting added to the short lists. Florian Sikora, just look, second, 54th. Okay. Hot Rod. Yeah, Florian Sikora, Hot Rod. I love it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to add him to the short list. He's okay. Oh, look, another man up the middle with really good defense there in Sergio Cabrera. We're going to see another 70 defense here. Oh, geez, 90. I wasn't even close. Wow. I just want to track him. Guys to track. Sure. Really descriptive. Okay. I mean, so yeah, sorry. I guess averages defense outside of those two, Serio, I'm just really not sure that Mecca is somebody I would have drafted that highly, and I'm thinking we're gonna see when we get to their rotation that they're gonna pay dearly for having those 2 draft picks where they did. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at the rotation there. Oh yeah. I mean, we'll have to see how many pitches they have. I wish on the card here. Yeah, because, like, okay. I'm actually going to add. I'm going to add him to the Cy Young watch list here. Cancella. I like he's got, 6 pitches, 5 plus, a really good splitter. I like the control in the HRA. He's only 25, so I'm less concerned at the velocity, and he's not too prone to injury. So I do like him. He's probably not an ace. He's probably a second in a good lineup, but I still not a fan of need to have a lot. You need to have control closer to 70 for me to feel comfortable with him, I think, being my number 2. Guy is alright. Jamal is alright for an end of the rotation. What is he? Is he 4 or 5? Is he 5? Yeah, if he's 5 or 6, I'd be more okay with it. Naboko, he is nothing really. At least they're gonna eat up innings. I would really like Josh Clark if this HRA was not below average. If this was even 55, I would really like him as the last best pitcher. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Let's watch this HRA. I'm going to add him to the track. So let's go ahead and look here at the bullpen. We've got Jim Simpson, who's one of the first closers I think that we have seen that doesn't have a double blue pitches. So that's interesting. 3 pitches is not your standard bullpen pitcher apparently. Tony Gonzalez, definitely not the T-Gon. I don't know from the NFL. So again, these guys are all very average, maybe slightly above average bullpen we've seen. Without seeing the other teams, I'm going to say this team's middle of the pack in the conference. I could be completely wrong, but I'm going with middle of the pack here. There's no way Las Vegas ends up winning this unless the rest of the teams are just not what to expect. So let's go ahead and head on to our next team. All right. So let's go ahead here and look at the next team here, the San Francisco Rush here in the West. Ooh, I love this name. Amalantara Shabazz. Ooh. I want to watch him. Although he's got no work ethic, so at 30 years old, he's probably going to drop off. But I want to watch him. I like that makeup on his name. Nothing else here to look. Okay. All right, I mean, the typical power hitter who strikes out a lot. Our second round pick and he bats at the end. Just an above average. I think that's a reach on a pick without even knowing anything. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Who would have thought and expected another shortstop at 70 plus at 75 there? That's crazy how good the fielding is at short in this league right now. Unless like the whole international league, unless they have like nobody who can play above average shortstop. This league is loaded with shortstop defenders. It's crazy. That's a pretty solid 24th round pick. Yeah, definitely interesting. I'm not super big fan of San Francisco, so they better have a good patient. Okay, Sean Smith's a good start. Okay, so here we go. The 7th overall pick. Okay, he's good. I don't know that he's the best. I don't know if he's the best pitcher we've seen yet, though, and he's the highest. I think he's the highest overall draft position. I'll add him to the Cy Young. Watch list. I really do like his personality traits here. I just wish he had a fastball or one more pitch. He's got everything else though. Yeah, he's got everything else. Okay, we've got another. Well, here's a younger catcher. Here's a 3rd round pick. I like Zavine. I like Zavine. Seldom outwitted, so he's a smart motherfucker. That's good to see. Oh, do I add him to the Cy Young watch list or not? Alright, his nickname's the Handmaster. He gets added. Yeah, well, we'll go ahead and add him. When your name's the Handmaster, you get an automatic add to the Cy Young watch list. Tony Campos. It's another strong. I'm not an add him to a watch list here. Again, I wish he had one more pitch, but 3+ pitches. I like his control, good HRA, the movement to boot, and the velocity is up there. I wish he had one more pitch. I wish he had one more pitch, and he'd be way overqualified to be a 3rd pitcher. Right now, he's a really solid 3rd pitcher, though. Brandon Veliz. Again, wow. I'm penciling in. I like San Fran over Las Vegas already, just based off this pitching staff alone. The control that they have. Camille bin Hamid, 5 pitches. Yeah, I mean he's fragile, unfortunately, at 26. Oh, Camille bin Hamid, the Boy Scout. That's the nickname we got there. And finally, okay, so our first really bad pitch. I mean he's 37, so they didn't expect him to go far. That's interesting that he's that bad. I don't mind him as the 6th pitcher in this league. I think we've seen way worse as 6 pitchers. I would be fine with Jonathan Castillo as my 6th pitcher in this. So let's go ahead and look at the bullpen here. I think this is the second 80 overall closer we've seen, in the highest pick so far, the 5th rounder at 167. So that's interesting. Jose Rodriguez, the jabber. Must talk a lot when they come out to the mound or something. Is this like his twin brother, Diego Rodriguez? Standard relief pitcher. Another standard relief pitcher. Other standard relief pitcher. I guess some of these standard relief pitchers have a little more control than maybe I see in every sim, but standard relief pitcher there that you might have. So Big Stevie. I'm not sure how Scott's nickname is Big Stevie, but I don't know. All right, so San Francisco, I like their rotation a lot. If they can just get any upgrade. Again, I'm going to be really curious to see in the first month or two what is made in terms of trades with any of these teams. But I like San Francisco more than Las Vegas. Let's go back, and we got 3 more teams left here to finish out the Western Conference. All right, so let's go ahead here and take a look at Denver next. Ooh, I love the colors of Denver, and I actually really like Denver's logo. I should talk more. Maybe we'll look at the logos when we go through the team nicknames and where they came from, etc. So they got lots of left-handed bats here. I noticed that right away. 23. Okay. All right. Oh, he's got some nice speed too. I actually 3rd round pick. I actually like Ernie. Okay, Ricky Santos, who can't play the field. He's our 2nd round pick. I'm not gonna add him. Oh, I should probably add him. I'm gonna add him to the MVP watch list, I think. Oh boy. One of our worst fielding shortstops is still plus at shortstop. He's Casa Ismail is definitely getting added. I mean, he's plus. He might be the best shortstop we've seen yet. He was the 19th pick overall, it looks like. So definitely can understand why he was. Again, I'm curious to see what it looks like when we go through the inaugural draft. But he looks like I mean, it'd be nice if he was a little bit better, but at 20 in fielding, but a little 28 you're going to be able to build for a handful more years. That's nice to see. Garner, Eric Scott. So they really don't have, their defense might be one of the worst we've seen so far. Oh, yeah. That's a left fielder playing center field here with Vasuman. So that's unfortunate. That's gonna cost you games. Okay. So yikes. I didn't even notice Coda was this. Yeah, they have by far the worst defense we've seen so far. So that might alone put them here at the bottom. That alone might put them at the bottom below Vegas. I think. Let's look at their starting pitching, but I think that's what's gonna. Yeah. I mean, Ishmael is fine, But I think we're just going to keep talking about fine pitchers here. I do wish that, again, it's just HRA needs to be a little bit higher than that, I think, to be able to really be effective. That's not even worth looking at any of these. Yeah, I'm definitely putting Denver at the bottom. They might be one of the worst teams we've seen so far. Josh Branch is your typical closer. Valdez is your typical bullpen arm. They're just typical bullpen pitchers here. We've said that a lot. 2 pitches, better movement than control. I mean, I guess Valdez has better control, but still good movement. I hope that Denver sells some of these players because Rishmal would be a really good 2 or 3 in anybody's rotation, but talent wasted here. So yeah, Denver so far the worst team we've seen so far, and definitely the worst team here in the West. So, ouch. All right, up next, the Seattle Beans. Hop on in here, take a look. So, okay. Oh, Danny Amzakala. Interesting. Yeah, some of these teams I haven't flipped the uniforms yet, it looks like. So I got to do that here. I remember to do it before we do these visions here in the future, but I am definitely adding Danny to the short list here for MVP. I like his contact. Everything looks good about him. He's just really not a good defender, so I hope he ends up at second base and not third base. But well, that's gonna be hard with okay, well, Danny's at least the DH. I missed that the first time through. Ooh, 40 defense at and right field is just not. Ugh. Another catcher, the 37th pick. I'm just not a fan. At least he can play first base too, but I'm just not a fan of these catchers that we're seeing go so high. I'd let somebody else take them. Really just let someone else take them. Oh, look at that. Another fantastic. Oh my god, he can play every position in the infield. I mean, except set up at first right now, but I'm sure he could learn it. Gosh, everyone can play freaking shortstop well. Every team has a great shortstop. I think one team should just grab 2 of these guys because all of them are at least average hitters and just have, there you've got your shortstop, your second baseman, your third baseman. Throw that together and then get your hitting from every other. That's what I'd do if I was GMing one of these teams. So it'll be interesting to see if any of the AIs try and grab one more of these shortstops and maybe slot them in somewhere else. Let's go ahead here and look at the rotation. I mean, for an 8th round pick, Adar Amir, I don't, at 22 years old, I hope he would still maybe develop a little bit more. I need to see this HRA move up before I could consider him really an ace, though. That's my downside. Like, if he was your 2 or 3, I'd feel so much better about him than your number 1. Wow, did they go this young in all their pitchers? Are we at another 3? Oh, a 3-pitch pitcher. Yeah, I'm just not such a big fan. I know I've said it a lot. I'm not such a big fan, especially at the top of your rotation. Okay, so 4th round pick. We're going to add, Ying Xiang Ken Chunky. He's 5'11", 200 pounds. I'm not sure that really qualifies as chunky, but we're going to add him to the Cy Young watch list, and then I'm going to create a new short list that is called prospects to watch, and I'm gonna add him to this one. Um, I think some of these guys that still have potential. I'm curious to see how they continue to grow. Wow, he looks like he is a steal with a fourth overall pick or fourth round pick. Wow, it's their third pitcher. I'm feeling a lot better about Amir being their second pitcher if Kin can move up. He's fine at the end of the back half of the rotation. 4 pitches is better there. I think we're gonna. That's what I'm curious to see is if pitchers 4 pitches kind of tend to be better starters over the course of this 220 game season. Yeah, let's go ahead and here and look at the bullpen. 9th round selection. One of the first closers we've seen without two blue pitches. I know we've seen some like one before. Yeah, just we got our standard bullpen pitchers here. Guys who just couldn't quite make it as starters, obvious reasons. So, where do I feel about? I mean, I think they're kind of on par with Las Vegas. Maybe slightly better. So I will give them the nod right over Las Vegas as for like a half of a game or whatever. So yeah, all right. Okay. Well, we got one more team left here, and then we went through the entire American half of the PBA. All right, so let's go ahead and here finish off with the Los Angeles Motions. We need to start off here. Okay, Rolf Cruz. Can play center. Okay, so if he's not playing center, they might have really good defense. Interesting. Oh, shocking! Another crazy good shortstop defender. I actually really like he's going on the at 25 too. He's going on the MVP watch list. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh shoot, I missed Yifu. Or hey Lazo. Oh wow. See their first round pick. He was the 4th overall pick. Years old. I'm just shocked the 4th overall pick is 30 years old. Mr. Jukebox here, and it's not somebody who's 26. That just surprises me. Looks like he might even be able to play third. Maybe not third as much with the arm. We are going to add him to the watch list, though. Got DH, but that makes sense why. Interesting. Okay, so basically they have a couple different people they could play at center. That's the only reason why. But Sandita, another interesting. I think Los Angeles I might put at the top here so far, as long as their pitching doesn't just crater them. You know what? I'm gonna add him to the prospects to watch here. I think Fang is an interesting player, 15th pick, round pick. Still has room to grow. I might be liking Los Angeles. Okay, Bobby. Then is I wish he had one more pitch. Round pick. I think that they might have made some bad draft picks. I don't mind Ong Wang, but I wish, honestly, with both those 55 control moves, I wish one of them was I'd feel a lot better about him in the middle of this rotation. I wish any of these guys had more than 3 pitches. Okay, there we go. Dan, not Dan Marino, but Dan Moreno. Okay, so in the back of the rotation is average guys, so that's not bad. Their bullpen here getting an average, pretty solid average closer. Typical bullpen arm here. TP. Typical bullpen arm. Typical bullpen arm. I think I clicked on him twice, but yeah, typical bullpen arm. So yeah, I don't know. Let's go back and think here about what we might have in terms of what we expect here out of this. All right, so yeah, after thinking about this, I don't know. I think I got to put Los Angeles in third. So I think it's got to be San Francisco. I think Seattle, LA, and Las Vegas are going to be all kind of bunched there together. But in that order probably at the end, and then Denver. I have Denver way at the end here. I think they might be the worst team so far. So yeah, thanks for sticking with us so far. We've gotten through the American League PBA teams so far. Next, we're going to go through a quick rundown on what our expectations might be for the American League in terms of playoff teams. And also, we're going to take a look here at the international teams here, starting in the NL Canadian division. Yeah, we're going to take a look at the 5 Canadian teams, see what we think about them. Having seen some of the positions that are still left, I don't think we've seen the number 1 overall pick yet. And then once I've went through those four divisions, we're gonna put something together here that has the inaugural draft, because I'm just really curious to take a look at it and see who drafted who and where some definite mistakes probably were made. So yeah, thanks for sticking with us. This is Enderlock signing out.